Hello, everyone. Once we have quorum, we'll be able to start this meeting. So when we have everyone on board from the license committee, we'll start uh, the meeting. So just give us a couple of minutes.
Hello?
Yes?
Hello.
Okay.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I see a note on the chat. Sally, you will be able to speak once we entertain the application for the Hudson. So you have an opportunity to speak then. I just spoke with the two committee members. They should be joining us briefly. So please bear with us.
Hi, Isidro. Cindy's on.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Joel.
Hey, Isidro, how you guys doing?
Very well. Good.
Good.
Pero está como un poquito más. Están Joel, mi mamá.
And Isidro, just like last time, good afternoon. This is the interpreter in case anybody needs interpretation services.
Sí, mejor sea Dios, todo está yendo bien. Solamente con un poquito de retraso en el tiempo. Pero
And what is your name for the record?
My name is Susie Bueno.
Susie Bueno.
Correct. Gracias. Thank you.
ya.
I see that we do have quorum now with Leo, Robin, Joel, Cindy, and myself. So that'll be 5 of us, and that'll be enough for quorum so we can conduct the meeting. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Very well. So my name is Isidro Medina. I am the chair of this license committee. And as you all know, we meet monthly to consider applications for renewals, new applicants, and change of operations, among others. And just be aware that what we do here is a recommendation to the general board meeting, which meets on the 4th Tuesday of every month. So the decision that is made here is only a recommendation. So the general board can vote on it in its entirety. But before I proceed, I'd like to allow Ms. Susie Bueno to provide proper translation. And Susie, if you're so kind, please ask anyone that if they have any questions for them to raise their hands, and then you'll be able to translate. Please take that moment now and please announce that.
Sí, muy buenas noches. Cualquier persona que tenga alguna pregunta, por favor, levante la mano y si necesita interpretación para que yo pueda entonces interpretarle a ustedes del inglés al español.
Thank you so much, Susie. At this point, let's go through the proper process of introducing everyone. Again, my name is Isidro Medina. I've been part of this community board for many, many years, and I've been the chair of this committee for over 6 years, I believe. But now I'd like to pass on for Angel to please introduce himself. Angel, please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Angel Vasquez. I serve as the vice chair of the licensing committee. I've been a member of the committee since May 2020. And I am a longtime resident of Washington Heights. I currently live in the southern part of the community board in the 160s.
Welcome on board, Angel. Robin, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Robin. I've been a part of the community board for like 8 years. So welcome all, guys.
Thank you so much, Robin. Cindy, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Cindy Matos. I'm a board member. Happy to be with you all here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Leo, please introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Leo Jimenez. I've been part of the committee since May 2020 as well. And I'm happy to have all the applicants with us tonight.
Thank you so much, Leo. Simari, can you kindly introduce yourself, please? Simari, if not, we'll pass down to Joel. Joel.
Hi, good evening, guys. My name is Joel Kizabreu. I've been in the community board now for a year. Welcome and good luck to the applicants.
Simara, are you back? Okay, when she comes back, we'll introduce her. So again, what we do here, we send a recommendation to the general board, and then the general board, which meets on the 4th Tuesday every month, they'll take the final vote and send a recommendation to the SLA whether or not to approve or disapprove your application. Are you guys aware of all of that, the process, I'm sure? For new applicants, please note that we will have discussion of every single application on board. Oftentimes, if the precinct and the community members have no issues, there's a tendency to approve most of the licenses for renewal. For new applicants, we'll ask a lot of questions to see who you are, what you bring to the community, and so forth. And the process is that, we will call one at a time. I will review the application. We will ask the precinct for the input. And also at the very end, we would allow community members to have a say on the matter. And then the committee will vote on each application. Are there any questions on the process? Seeing none, let me allow for Chanel to please introduce herself, followed by the precincts. Chanel.
Hi everyone, this is Chanel Paniagua from the community board. I'm the community associate. I hope everyone has a good meeting.
Thank you so much, Chanel. And Chanel is the one responsible for preparing the background information for all the applicants. So, today we have a light, somewhat kind of a light agenda, but oftentimes she has to produce over 300 pages that we'll need to make a decision on your application. So thank you once again, Chanel. At this point, I'd like to recognize the president of 33rd Precinct. 33rd, please introduce yourself.
Good evening, Sergeant Rodriguez, representing the 33rd Precinct.
Thank you, Sergeant Rodriguez. Welcome on board. At this point, we will have the 34th Precinct.
Good evening, everyone. This is Officer Aim from the 3-4.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. Welcome on board. We have not seen a couple of meetings, but welcome back. And if you're so kind, let's then proceed with the roll. Let's call them out, applicants.
Sure. Give me 1 second. The first applicant we have is for an on-premise liquor license renewal, 112 Dyckman Inc., doing business as Restaurant 809 Grill Lounge, located at 112 Dyckman Street between Post and Nagle Avenue. Do we have a representative for 112 Dyckman Restaurant Inc.?
Yes. Hi, how are you? Joey Maranta. We're actually 1 and 2. Here representing Dyckman Express Restaurant 101 Restaurant Inc., which is number 2 on the agenda. I'll be representing both.
Thank you, Joey. So at this point, we're going to deal with agenda item number 1. going under the DOP of 809 Grill and Lounge. This establishment has been there for the longest. Great contributors to our community. They do engage our community for a long, long time. Anyone that lives in Washington Heights, I'm sure has attended at least one or two events here at 809. On that note, I see that on the last health inspection, 809 did receive an A. They submitted a complete questionnaire. They also posted a notice as it is required by this community board. So it seems like this is a complete applicant. Joey, one question that I have for 809. It's been closed for a while. Can you give us an update about the status of 809?
Yes, I mean, since the pandemic, we definitely altered our typical way of operating. We've attempted to, in the early stages, to do the outdoor dining and some inside. As of now, we're predominantly sticking to our private events, which enables us to alleviate some costs associated with labor and still take on events which are not as cost extensive and allow us to capitalize and generate some revenue. We're still able to keep some of our staff across the street, and the others are seasonal employees for us when we do have events. We do have plans on potentially opening soon. We're working on something, potentially being able to make some renovations, which will enable us to then open up and have a new location to offer our patrons and the community. But yes, we hope to be open real soon and operating. That's our plan.
Thank you so much, Joey. At this point, I would like to ask Officer Aim for 34 of our input. Officer Aim, you have the floor.
In regards to this location, we've had no 311 calls for them, no 911 calls. So since it's been closed, really nothing to report.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. Are there any comments on from the residents? I did receive a comment from one of our community members, Martin Collins, and he said that he will support this application for 809 because they have been great community stakeholders. So there are community support for this application as well. And if there's no opposition, I'd like to call this matter to a vote. Committee members, Angie, please proceed.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes, for me.
Leo?
Yes.
Mariel?
Yes.
And Joel?
Yes.
Chair, that's 7 votes in favor, no opposition, no abstentions.
Well, thank you so much. This application passes and will be recommended to the board for an approval. So Joey, 809 is on the record as having passed. So now I'd like to move to agenda item number 2, which is also owned by your family. And Joey again is representing the owners or himself for his part of ownership. So this is 101 Dykeman, which is on the opposite side of the street. The DBA, what's the DBA, Joey?
Dykeman Express Restaurant.
Okay. Again, they have been there for a long time. The last time they came to this community board, which was in May 2018, there was an objection by this committee and all the community board. I do see that there is a grade pending for this establishment. I see that there have been some health violations, which included 32 points. And based on the documentation that is required for them to submit to our community board, that they submit a copy of a photo of the public notice, as well as a copy of the questionnaire, which is completely filled. Joey, any comment from the health inspection on getting like a grade pending?
Yes, we look to have that easily resolved, potentially considering what were the points that were held against us. A majority of it, anyone that knows, someone bearing the license for food safety and being present is heavily weighed. And unfortunately, in that instance, we didn't. We were in between shifts, and the individual who does carry one at that instance was not present. Although there was someone arriving shortly, the individual, I mean, no knock on the person who was performing this did her due diligence and although she did state like, it's not, it within itself is not major because there's nothing that's being done, but it is heavily weighed that there's not a person present. But we're looking to get that as something that won't potentially happen as we add a lot of new staff and looking to get pretty much everyone now to have that certification, the food safety.
So the person that, or the manager that was in charge was not around, and that
Yeah, my uncle is one, and he was doing the shopping, and our morning chef, each of them had it, and he was not present. And upon the other chef coming in, that's when we got called. We were kind of in the doldrums, and it was a circumstance, but it's a valuable lesson taught. We have to make sure that we get more people with that at the moment. And I also was not there, so it was somewhat of a perfect storm. And if just that, if I'm not mistaken, which I believe I'm not, if it had not been for that, we would have retained our pre-existing aide.
Okay. And what was the major point of contention on this inspection, Joey?
The major point was the individual, someone not having, no one present that was food safety certified. Although we do have people that possess them, there was not an individual in that instance that the inspection was being performed.
Okay. This is with the Parkview 34 precinct. Officer Aim, what is the Pino 34 precinct?
In regards to this location, we haven't received any 301 calls for loud noise, no 911 calls, no issues with this location.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim, for this input. There's also a note from Mike Collins stating that he will support the application for this operator, and I see no other comments. If there are no issues with our committee members, I'd like to hold a straight vote. Angel, please proceed.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Leo,
Yes.
Mariel,
Yes.
Joel.
Yes.
Chair, that's 7 votes in favor, no opposition, no abstentions.
Thank you so much, Angel. So congratulations once again, Joey. Regards to your family, and I hope that Ironai opens up soon because it's a center of attraction for our community. So thank you so much.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm here for Grito Grill.
Okay, that'll be later on the agenda.
Oh, great. Okay, I hope I didn't miss it. Okay, great.
Before I move on, committee members, any volunteers for the minutes? Again, I'll take care of the resolutions, but I need someone to do minutes. Someone new? We need to divide and conquer. If not, we will start assigning on a monthly basis. I will not continue the meeting until we have someone that's going to volunteer.
Isidro, I would volunteer, but you know that I also chair the housing committee, and so it's very hard for me to do both. So apologies.
Mari, thank you so much. I didn't want to ask you because I know you've been doing like on a monthly basis. Angel, let's for the rest of the year, that'll be the calendar year. Let's write up who's going to do the minutes on a monthly basis, one by one. You know, Mario's going to do May, so let's have someone do the rest of the month because we have to alternate.
Okay.
Or should I like send out an appointment for the minutes?
Well, I think we can just create a calendar and circulate that.
All right. And let's have that ready for next month meeting. All right. Thank you so much, Martin. Thank you so much, Angel. Let's now proceed to agenda item number 3, please.
So, agenda item number 3 is whoever has their, okay, thank you. Is seeking an on-premise liquor license renewal. CBD Kitchen and Bar Corp. doing business as Room 4996, located at 4996 Broadway at the corner of West 212th Street. Do we have a representative for CBD Kitchen and Bar Corp?
Good evening. This is John Lynch. I'm the attorney for the applicant. And also here is Destiny Perez, who is one of the managers and the daughter of the owner of Room 4996.
Yes, John, can you please kindly restate your name and whoever's attending on behalf of this application?
Yes. I am John Lynch. I'm the attorney for the applicant. And I'm here with Destiny Perez, who is one of the managers and the daughter of the owner.
What's the first name of Perez again?
Destiny.
Leslie. Thank you so much. So again, this is a renewal for on-premise liquor license. The applicant did submit all the pertinent documents, including a copy of the questionnaire, also a picture of the public sign being posted. The last time that this applicant came to the board had approved the renewal of this liquor license. And they were here on May 28th, 2019. And that was for a new liquor license that I came in. So it's about a couple of years that passed and they have to come for renewal. When is this license, when does the permit end?
May 31st, the end of this month.
Have you gotten your certificate?
The renewal certificate?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great, great. So I have no question on this applicant. Everything seems to be in order. And there is a note from the health department that you have not been graded. Why is that?
I think we've been closed. We've been basically on a rebrand. During the pandemic, we did have a little issues just with business. So we decided to close for a bit, just get everything situated. So in the last couple weeks and months, we've been having private events, more business coming in. So whenever we can get that done, we'll get that done as soon as possible.
When do you expect to fully open?
We're fully open now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. This is with the Perville 34 Precinct, Officer Aim.
In regards to this location, we've had no 911 calls, no complaints, no issues with them. Just a couple of 311 complaints from upstairs, the first floor right above the establishment for noise. But other than that, that's it.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. There is also a note of support for this applicant from Ryan Cullen, stating that he will support this business and at that point a stakeholder in our community. So Leslie, for the noise that you just heard from the residents of Bath, have they come down to you?
No, it's Destiny. I'm sorry, not Leslie.
Destiny, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Usually when we speak to them, we have no issues. Where me and my family, we keep in touch with them. They haven't come to us yet. So from our knowledge, we haven't got any complaints, but this is new to us. Yeah. So we keep in touch with them on a frequent basis.
Very well. Committee members, do you have any questions? I would like to ask Destiny that you put a sign with someone's phone number in case there are some questions and issues that they
Okay.
can call someone who is managing the place to rectify whatever problems might be. Because I don't want to create a record that this establishment is creating problems for neighbors. We want to end this right now and then.
Okay.
And this will be, I guess, a proper way to reach out to the residents and say, like, if you have a problem or issues, please call us. So the idea is to have one stipulation that you will post a phone number of someone who's in charge in
Okay.
case there are problems and issues, that this be rectified right there and then.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So with the one step in place for the operator to put a phone number so that the residents can connect with them to see if there are any problems, I would like to call this matter to a vote. And you please proceed.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
Maria?
Yes.
And Joel?
Yes.
Chair, that's 7 votes in favor, no opposition, no abstentions.
Hey, Angel, I'm here for the next vote. I was having some issues with my Wi-Fi. I'm on my phone.
Okay,
Okay,
so
thank you.
we will add you to the roll call for the next ones.
Thank you so much. So congratulations, John and Destiny. This application passes and would send for consideration to the general board.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Let's proceed to the next one, please.
Just want to make note that the next agenda item withdrew their application, La Casa de Mofongo, before our meeting. So we're going to go to item number 5, which is Grito Mexican Grill, located at 1555 St. Nicholas Avenue at the corner of West 188th Street.
And this is an applicant that submitted all the proper documents, including a picture of the public notice. They also submitted a complete questionnaire. And whoever has
Stop it.
please help yourself while. And this is with the Prairie 34 precinct. The last time that this applicant came to the board, there was no opposition by this committee and or the community board. So this is being represented by Aurelia Tavares. Aurelia, right?
Good evening, everyone.
Aurelia, how's this business doing?
Well, with the pandemic, we're struggling a little bit, and I say we because I always become part of the process. So this evening, Sylvia Duran runs this location with her husband. Every time you go there, I don't know if whoever goes, I think a lot of the people that are on, in the neighborhood and on this meeting tonight have seen Grito Grill on St. Nicholas. It's so tiny, but it's so cute. So as a result of the issues, first we're here for a renewal, but we're also adding live music, jukebox, karaoke, and DJ.
Let's only deal with the renewal. We'll
Okay.
tackle that matter for the next one. They come up next.
Okay, they're struggling a little bit, but I think that they're asking for minor changes. I think they've proven themselves as good neighbors, but I think if anybody has a complaint or anything, the husband and wife are always there on site to address it. So if anybody has any issues, please let me know. But I think you guys know that she's a true partner for the community.
They have been. This is with the Prairie 34 precinct. Officer Aim, what is the opinion of 34 precinct?
With this establishment, we've had no 911 calls. Once again, no 311 complaints. We have no issues with the location.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. Committee members, any issue?
I just wanted to express that I think that they run a good business, and I'd like to speak in favor of the location, and I think the food is very good.
Thank you so much, Angel. So committee members, including myself, because I passed by. It's a really great operation, great food as well. So committee members complimented the establishment, and that should be part of the resolution. And of course, the minutes. If that's in that case, let's proceed to a vote, Angel, please.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin?
Yes.
Cindy? Cindy? I'll come back to
Sorry,
Cindy.
yes.
Leo? Okay. Leo?
Yes.
Joe, Mariel?
Yes.
Joel?
Yes.
And Simari?
Yes.
Chair, that's 8 votes in favor, no opposition, no abstentions.
How many votes, Angel, again?
8.
Have all the votes been 8, those one?
No.
7.
Simari just joined us.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Aurelia, congratulations. We'll see you in a few. But this application for renewal passes.
Thank you, members.
Let's move to the next one, please.
Next applicant we have is Inwood Restaurant Corp. Doing businesses as La Nueva España Restaurant located at 606 West 207th Street at the corner of West 207th Street. This is for an on-premise liquor license renewal. Representative.
Do we have a representative here?
Yes, good evening. Miguel Acosta representing Inwood Restaurant. Good evening, licensing committee. How's everybody
Thank
doing?
you so much, Miguel. And this application is complete. They submit a copy of the questionnaire, also a picture of the public sign. Also, they had a name the last inspection. The last time that they came on board, there was no objection to this committee or this committee. This is, please you mute yourselves if you're so kind. This is with the private 34 precinct, Officer Aim.
With this location, we've received no 911 calls, no 311 complaints, no issues from us.
Thank you so much, Officer Aim. This is on 207. This restaurant has been there for a long while. Great food at a very reasonable price. Great chicken as well. I love the food there. Committee members, if there are no questions, I'll recommend that.
Yeah. I just want to say great food. Probably best churrasco in town. It's a staple in our community for sure.
No doubt about that. And we'd like to see Casa La Nueva España to really prosper and do well for a long time. So thank you so much all for your compliment of La Nueva España. Seeing all the comments, let's proceed to a vote.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
Mariel?
Yes.
Joel?
Yes.
And Simari?
Yes.
Chair, that's 8 votes in favor, no oppositions, no abstentions.
Thank you so much. So this application passes, Miguel.
Thank you very much.
Regards to the family of La Nueva España, and we definitely hope that they continue to. Next item, please.
All right. Thank you.
Next item is Inwood Hospitality Partners, LLC, doing business as Hudson Crab and Q, located at 348 Dyckman Street, Dyckman Marina. Do we have a representative for Inwood Hospitality Partners?
Yeah, I'm here, Jim Goldman. I'm the manager and one of the partners. Hello?
Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Hello. Hello, committee.
Yes, we can hear you.
You hear me? Okay, good.
Yes, we can.
I'll put my pretty face on also. There you go.
So Jim is the owner of the Hudson. Welcome aboard. This applicant did submit a copy of the questionnaire. There's also a picture of the public sign that was posted. Jim has done an outstanding job in making this a destination where people can come in and enjoy the food, the great food, and obviously the view. The last time that this applicant came on board, there was no objection by this community board and all the committee. It's a great ambience here, and I do understand that there is one resident that would like to speak in favor of this applicant. and that'll be Cheryl. I think that it was Cheryl. No, it's Fisher. Sarah Fisher. If you're in the house, you have the floor now for 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Cedro. Thank you, committee, for all your work and especially for letting me speak. I'll try and go quickly. As I think you all know, this is night and day from the previous concessionaire. Ask anyone in the neighborhood where they'd like to celebrate that special occasion, it's the Hudson. Beautiful venue, beautiful food. In full disclosure, I'm among them, having celebrated many special occasions at the Hudson and not so special occasions. Most important, they are a huge supporter of the community. One example I'll give, the Uptown Soccer Kids, hosting post-game dinners for the players and their families. And as I understand it, kids ate free. And I'm thinking to myself, really? It's mostly kids there. And as far as I know, it is the only site in Northern Manhattan to hold a Guinness World Record, and one that's especially meaningful to our community, the largest serving of mango ever prepared last October. Besides serving a wall-to-wall and very happy crowd of residents, they also worked with Friends of Inwood Hill Park and the Washington Heights Inwood Food Council to make sure 400 of those meals were delivered to Uptown community fridges. So they're huge. You know, I couldn't recommend a place more highly. I must say it is my favorite place to have dinner, and we're counting the days till they reopen for the season. Any questions?
I don't see any, Sally, but thank you for your comment. They also are great community stakeholder in the sense that they open up the places to community meetings. I think that we held one meeting there.
Yeah.
So it was a great service, and we are very grateful, Jim, for everything that you have done for our community. And we hope that you prosper. Whatever we can do to keep this place open, we'll do, because it's a great venue, like Sally said. You engage a lot with our community. You always say yes. So that is something that I truly respect and admire.
Thank you.
This is with the purview of 34th Precinct, Officer AIM. What's the opinion of 34th Precinct?
With this location, we received no 311 calls, no complaints, no 911 jobs. So we have no issues with this location.
Thank you so much, Officer AIM. So if there are no other inputs from our community, I'd like to call this matter to order, and you please proceed.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin?
Yes.
Robin, okay. Cindy?
Yes, for me.
Leo?
Yes.
Mariel? Come back to Mariel. Joel?
Yes.
Simari?
Yes.
Mariel, are you with us?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. Is that yes for you with us, or yes because you're voting yes on the application?
I think it's both.
Sorry. Yeah, yes to my vote, and yes because I'm with you. I was having trouble
Okay.
unmuting. I'm at the supermarket.
Not a problem. That is 8 votes in favor, no opposition, no abstentions.
Thank you so much, Angel. Jim, congratulations once again. This application passes, and I will hope to see you soon once the weather keeps getting better.
We'll be reopened next Thursday. Thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you so much.
See you next Thursday.
Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Next one, please.
Sure. The next applicant is Wahai Diner LLC, located at 3915 Broadway, store 5 and 6 at the corner of West 164th Street. This is for the renewal of their restaurant wine license. Do we have a representative for Wahai Diner?
Do we have a representative for this applicant? Saying no, they did submit a complete questionnaire. They also submitted a copy of the picture that they did post to a public sign. The last time that they came to this community board, there was no objection. They do have an A on the last health inspection. but let's just hear some comments from the 34th precinct. Actually, 33rd. Sergeant Rodriguez, what's the opinion of 33rd precinct?
Hi, good evening. So there's no 301 calls from that location the past 12 months or 911 calls. It's nothing to report, no objections from the 33rd precinct.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Rodriguez. And on that note, I'd like for this committee, if there are no positions, to go to straight vote. And you please proceed.
Isidro, I'm sorry. There is a representative from Wahi Diner, but I think he's having issues with the audio. So just mentioning that.
Okay, so I'm glad that, do we have a name, at least to have it on the record?
He's trying to speak, but I can't hear him.
So you are able to hear, correct?
No. Well, oh, sorry.
So whoever's representing Wahi, please send your name to Chanel so that we can put on the record. Okay? We cannot hear.
The guy representing Wahi, if your plug is connected to your car, take it off because it might be that it's connected to your car. Just a suggestion.
Thank you, Joel. So, Chanel, if you're able to connect with them, just ask them to send us a name, so because we'd like to have that on the record.
Okay.
On that note, let's go to a vote.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin? Robin? I'll come back to you. Cindy?
Yes, for me.
Leo?
Yes.
Marielle?
Yes.
Joel?
Yes.
Simari?
Yes.
And Robin, I'm coming back to you.
Yes, for me.
Okay. So that is 8 votes in favor, no opposition, no abstentions.
This application passes. Congratulations to Wahi. I see you have your hand up. But we cannot hear you still. So just be kind enough and type in your name on the questions, and we'll take that for the minute. This application passed. Congratulations, and hopefully the next time that you come around, we will have better audio. Congratulations. Have a good night. Let's proceed to the next one, then, Angel.
Okay, so the next applicant we have is JNF Salon New York, Inc., located at 595 West 207th Street between Vermilion Avenue and Broadway, looking for a renewal of their tavern wine license. Again, JNF Salon New York, Inc.
Do we have a representative?
Yes, a representative. My name is Francisco Serrano, representing JNF.
Can you please come close to the microphone because we can barely hear you?
Hello?
Yes,
Better?
now, much better. What's your name again?
Francisco Serrano.
Francisco what?
Serrano.
Okay.
I'll be the representative for JNF Salon.
This applicant did submit a picture of the public sign being posted. The questionnaire was also fully answered. The last time that they came to this community board, there was an objection because they didn't show up to this meeting. And that happened last month on April. But they're back here. They are renewing. Francisco, how long you been in operation?
I'm representing Julia, so she's right next to me. I'm gonna ask her, and she'll give me the answers.
Aquí, de este lugar, Ugaño. Aquí, Ugaño. Del otro lado, 2 años. En esta localidad.
1 year here at this location.
But this license has been in place for more than a year, no?
Yeah.
Pero está en la extensión.
Sí, viene
Yeah.
de otro lugar, hice un
Yeah,
cambio de
she
dirección.
was- she moved from another location to this
Y yo pasé por ello en persona.
All right. How's business?
negocio.
Well, working,
So-
not
so-
anything bigger.
Could be better like all the other businesses nowadays, but we're still here.
Very well. Are there any questions from committee members and or residents? This is a part of 34 precinct. Mr. Aim, what is the opinion of 34 precinct?
In regards to the salon, we've had no 311 complaints, no 911 complaints. As far as we're concerned, we have no objection. Location.
Thank you so much. On that note, I'd like to recommend to go to a straight vote. And you please proceed.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Cindy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Leo, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mariel, how do you vote? Mariel?
Yes.
Joel?
Yes.
And Simari?
Yes.
All right, Chair, that's 8 votes in favor, no opposition, no abstentions.
Thank you so much, Francisco. Congratulations. I hope that you guys do well. And I've never been to this place before, but maybe I drop by. I do frequent go 7. I'm gonna pass by and see you guys there. All right.
Not a problem.
All right, buddy. Take care. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Next one, please.
All righty, so the next license is a New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission renewal for a livery car-based license. We're looking at RC Service Inc., located at 2224 Amsterdam Avenue between West 170th and West 171st Streets. Do we have a representative for RC Service Inc.?
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Vice Chair. This is Ramon Cabral Jr. with Ramon Cabral, who's the president and owner of RC Audubon Service Inc.
Buenas noches. Good night.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, thank you all for coming. So this is Audubon Car Service, correct?
Yes.
And how long you been in business, Ramon, you and your dad?
40 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Couple of years older than I am.
Yeah. It was around before I was born. So
God bless. And how's business?
it's okay. During the pandemic, we took a hit. We went from 150 drivers to about 25 active drivers working during that time. So, we had to make some adjustments, but, we've been holding steady since, and, we're hoping to continue moving forward with the base as we're applying for renewal. So, we're hoping to continue making it out okay.
All right. So you went to down to 25 drivers.
Active, yeah. So now we, active, we have more than that, but it's not as it was pre-pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of retired drivers.
So as a basic requirement for this type of license to get approval, committee members, you all know that this is not a restaurant. This is a livery base, and every 2 years they have to renew, so they will come to the community board, and we ask simple questions about how many cars they have active, do they have cars that are wheel accessible, and it's very comprehensive, but not too complicated. And they did submit a copy of the signage. So I guess if there are no questions from committee members, unless the 34th, actually 33rd, Officer Aim, what is the opinion of 33rd precinct for this livery base? Officer, I'm sorry, Sergeant Rodriguez. I don't see Sergeant Rodriguez, so he's not active. He's probably there for a couple of minutes.
Hi.
Mr. Rodriguez, what's the opinion of 33rd precinct for this livery race?
Okay, so there is no 311s, no 911s. There's nothing to report, no objections for the 33rd precinct.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Rodriguez. So Ramon, to you and your dad, before we vote, I wish you all the best. I hope you keep increasing the number of drivers. Also, just try to keep your area at the pace, free of double parking and free of noise. And I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you so much, Isidro.
Thank you so much. Once again, committee members, if there are no objections, let's go to a vote. And you please proceed.
Isidro, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Leo,
Yes.
Mariel,
Yes.
Joel,
Yes.
and Simari. Simari.
Yes.
Okay. That is 8 votes in favor, no opposition, no abstentions.
Thank you so much, Andrew. And if you can, please proceed to the next item.
Thank you so much, guys.
Gracias, thank you.
Have a good night, Ramon, Dad, and
You too. Take care.
Dad and son.
Bye-bye.
The next applicant is seeking for corporate change. This is Lugas Lab Corp., located at 4961 Broadway between West 207th and Isham Street. Do we have a representative for Lugas Lab Corp.?
We cannot hear you.
You're currently muted. You have to unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi, how are you? This is Salma Giraldo. I'm the representative for Lugas Lab Corp. And here is Cleaver Lopez, the owner of Lugas Lab Corp.
What's the first name for Lopez again?
Cleaver.
Okay, so this is a corporate change, right? And
Yes, but pretty much we have made a mistake because actually it's a new application. Because it's a whole new corporation. So I don't know if we can adjust that right now.
No, because for a new application for an on-premise liquor license, you need to submit a copy of the floor plan, a copy of the menu. You did submit the rest of the documents that are required. But I recommend that for you.
Well, I have it here. I can.
No, we have to review that prior to the meeting. So what I recommend that you do is that you withdraw this application so that the community board will not take any punitive action against you. And by withdrawing, we will not send a note to SLA not to take punitive actions against your application. And if you decide to do that, you got to go through the process of saying that you withdraw the application, and then you reapply for next month, and Chanel can assist you with that. And you need to send a copy of the floor plan, a copy of the menu, and also the rest of the documents that you sent us, which includes a copy of the questionnaire.
Yes, okay.
We cannot, we don't have all the proper information to make a decision right now based on the documentation that you sent us.
Yes, because we actually thought that it was gonna be just a change of corporation, but it seems that everything has to be from zero again, from scratch, being that is they bought the business, is a new owner, so everything is new, even though they have a current license there.
Yeah, so if it's a new, completely new, we would like to ask questions to the owner, his or her background, experience, and all of that. So it's a different component of our process, and we do ask a lot of questions. So at this point, you might want to consider withdrawing this application.
Can I do that here then?
Yes, you can.
So can I please withdraw the application?
So for the record, this application has been withdrawn, and we ask for the applicant to come back next month. Follow up, Salma, with Chanel so that you can come back next month, yes?
All right, not a problem.
You
I'll
have a good one.
emotional. Thank you.
Okay,
Have a good
thank you.
one. Thanks.
So this application has been withdrawn. Let's proceed to the next one.
The next applicant is Lake Erie LLC, doing business as HP North End, located at 4300 Broadway at the corner of West 183rd Street, and the applicant is seeking a change in method of operation. Do we have a representative?
Yes, hi, everybody.
Hi, how are you? What's for the purpose of the minutes, please tell us your name and affiliation to this.
So my name is Lauren Lynch, and I am one of the owners that operates within the North End Food Hall.
Very well. You said, I'm sorry, that you are one of the owner?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Welcome. So the applicant is asking to change the method of operation. And Laura, can you please explain what is that you would like to do for us to consider?
Okay. So originally, when we open all of our businesses, we always start with security because we don't, we're going into a new area, new neighborhood, and just establishing ourselves as, this is a community space, a welcoming space, not someplace that would have any kind of, riffraff or whatever going on. And I think that since we've opened in June, we've really established ourselves as that community space to gather. I don't think we open definitely not past 10 during the week, not past midnight on the weekends. It's very kid friendly, and basically, we're paying a lot for security, but there doesn't seem to be a need for it. So we're hoping to remove that stipulation is the first ask.
Very well. So the ask here is to remove security guards from the application because of course the place is safe. I've been there a couple of times. I feel extremely safe. The ambience is really nice and conducive to people having meetings, having a chat, having a nice lunch. It's right next to my my house, so I pass by very frequently. Never seen crowds outside of the establishment. It's always clean and safe. So it speaks volume to what we want and what we expect in a community.
Thank you.
I see that Joel, you have a comment. Joel, please proceed.
Oh, I was just thanking you. That's all.
Okay. Joel, you have a comment.
Hey, so just to speak very highly of this place, I've been there a few times, and nothing but great things, great food. The vendors that are in there are great. And I spoke to the manager, and I was going to forward this also over to the board. They're also having a community day, and I believe I spoke to Jacob. He's saying that he's going to have, or North End is going to have June 11th at 1, like a community meeting or like a community day, which is great. I just wanted to mention that and just speak highly of the place. The place is safe. I don't think there is a need for a security guard. Thanks.
Yeah. And what time is this community day on June 11th? What time?
Yeah, it's June 11th at 1 p.m. I don't know if you know Laura, I believe your name is, but Jacob.
Oh yeah. So the community day is on the 11th at 1 p.m. and we're actually looking. I was speaking with Francisco Lopez earlier today because last time we had Uptown Stories and the Cornerstone Pottery. We had free crafts for the arts and crafts for the kids. And then the mountain biking group and all these, it's basically just getting to know what's in your backyard. So we reached out to Inwood Canoe, and we were speaking with Francisco to get in touch with just other Broadway dancers and type groups that would want to come for free, set up a table, and then guests just come and get to find out what's in their backyard essentially.
Great. So I intend to pass by on June 11th. Lauren, hopefully I'll get to meet you in person because I do get a lot of requests for events, and people wanted to hold, events, fiestas, parties, and so on. And I think it will benefit you because I know that people are looking for a safe environment, and you do offer that. So, it's a way of opening up to the community, but also for the community to take advantage of what you have to offer.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we've had baptisms, quinceañeras, lots of children's birthday parties. We just had the Easter Bunny there. So there's, definitely a lot of programming like that. I just had a baby 10 months ago, and my business partner has twins. So we're very involved in the in those types of events. But with that said, if you come on the 11th, the other thing that I wrote in the change of operation is the potential of having a DJ, which is essentially just somebody mixing, their own playlist. And we've had somebody, full disclosure, we've had him come for our other community days. This Saturday, we are Onda. If you're not familiar, it's a group of women. They're all uptown small entrepreneurs, and they come and do this little market. So we kind of experimented with them, and they had somebody that they bought as a DJ, and it's a daytime event. And basically it's just setting the tone. But I know that I just want to be transparent and discuss this with the board. This isn't like a, dinner turns to dancing and all the tables get moved out of the way and it turns into a party. It's just kind of something else that you can offer for a change of vibe during the day. So that was something that I was hoping we could discuss. And then the last thing was the potential of having some sort of show with drag queens, with Pride coming up, which is something I wouldn't want to do without permission either.
I don't think you need approval for that because this will be events.
Okay.
And maybe will you consider perhaps also adding karaoke, because maybe that will help you as well, maybe in the future?
Yeah, we had a lot of people asking about that in the beginning, but I do feel like there are quite a few places that do karaoke and do it well. And for us, I think if we were to do a drag thing, it would be like a one-off thing during Pride. And just because there's so much, there's just so many drag queens in LGBTQ in that neighborhood. So it's just something that we wanted to do because all the Pride events happen downtown. So we wanted to have something that was like an uptown Pride event.
Let us know of that event so we can also support
Thank you.
in any way, shape, or form that we can.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Another question that I have concerning the DJ. Did we request that the place be properly soundproofed?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
and it was.
Well, I'm sure that you take care of everything because you also own or are part of the management of the building, correct?
No, I don't. We're totally separate than the owners of the building. We're just operating within. But we do know people who live right above the bar that come to the bar. So even when we were finishing our build out, we used to blast the music just to make sure that it was going to be okay. And we haven't gotten any complaints. So yeah, we did our due diligence on that, I think.
So, to protect the neighbors, and it's something that we consistently do when DJ is added. And I know that you close early, but we would like, at least from my end, one step, and that is to have a sound limiter attached to the device. A sound limiter is something that the noise level cannot go as high and will prevent the noise from going up to the next floors. So the idea is for you to buy a sound limiter, send a copy of that purchase. You can buy online, send a copy of the purchase to the community board by Friday. What's the next Friday before? Let me just double check.
Excuse me.
So by Friday,
The 20th.
The 20th. Thank you, Maria. Before 5 p.m., please send the board a copy of the receipt of a sound limiter.
Okay.
And once you have the unit up, then you plug in to make sure that that the sound is controlled.
Okay, we'd be happy to do that. I'm pretty sure we already have one, but I will make sure, and I will make sure to get you that information.
Yeah, if you already purchased it, maybe you can get a copy of it, just send it over and it'll be okay.
Okay, that's not a problem.
This is with the before I go on, Mariel, if it's okay with you, let me go to the 34 precinct because I'm not sure they'll have any problems because that's right in front of the the house. But let me just hear the comments from 34 precinct. Then I'll go back to you, Mariel.
Not a problem.
What was the aim? This is the part of the 34 precinct. What's the opinion of 34 precinct?
Yeah, we've never received any 301 complaints from them. We've had no 911 jobs from them, and we haven't had any issues with noise or anything like that across the street with us. So no objections.
That's great. I think it's a nice place for you guys to drop by every now and then also.
They do.
Now I'll come back to Maria. Maria, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. Just two questions. Well, one clarification question and then a follow-up question, I guess. So the first one being with the DJ, it would just be for the events. I think that's what I heard. Just wanted to make sure I was clear on that. Right.
Yes.
So when you're hosting special events, okay, great. And then I guess the other thing is more so a suggestion than anything else. Obviously, because you have residents living on top of the establishment and so on. With the addition of a DJ, but also the removal of the security, would be great to kind of establish a relationship. It sounds like you've already started to do that, establish a relationship with, the landlord company or some of the tenants there to ensure that there's a good working relationship in regards to the noise and so on. But that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And on that note, if there's no opposition from the committee, Joel, you do have your hand up. Please proceed.
Sorry. I did want to just speak in favor of the applicant. I think they are a wonderful added benefit to our community. I have been to several of the events, community type events that are held in there. Just great neighbors. Speaking in favor.
Thank you so much, Angel. On that note, I recommend that we go to straight vote. And you please proceed.
Isidro, how do you vote?
With one step, yes.
I vote yes. Robin?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
Mariel?
Yes.
Joel?
Yes.
And Simari?
Yes.
Chair, that's 8 votes in favor, no opposition, and no abstentions.
Thank you so much, Angel. Congratulations once again, Laura.
Thank you so
we'll
much,
see you
everybody.
hopefully on June 11th, and continue doing well. And I hope that your business will prosper. So congratulations once again.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much.
Chair, I need to step off for a few minutes. I will be back. Sorry for that. I just have to handle something very quickly.
Not a problem. I'll take care of it. Thank you so much, Angel.
Thank you.
Next agenda item is Guido Mexican Grill. And again, Aurelia was here as a representative. And the ask here is that to change the method of operation. And before I proceed, there's a note from Ryan Collins, once again supporting this establishment, stating that this is a great stakeholder in the community and that he will support this community board to approve this request. So this is a change to the method of operation. And Aurelia, what other ask for this operator? Aurelia seems to have left us, correct? Let's move on to the next agenda item, and we'll jump to see if Aurelia came back, because she said, I told her to stay for the next agenda item. So let's proceed to the next agenda item, which is agenda item number 14, which is La Esquina de Nagua, which is located on 2244 Amsterdam Avenue and 171st Street. Do we have a representative for agenda item number 14?
Good evening, committee. Miguel Acosta again, representing La Esquina de Nagua, seeking for some change of hours of operations. We was here a few months ago, and there was some discrepancies with regards to a letter that was sent, and hopefully that will pass us. Basically, spoken to the operator, everything has been operating, as requested by the community board. We previously met, looking to continue operating the same way.
Miguel, so what is the ask here?
Basically just adding 2 hours of operation to each day. So from Sunday to Thursday, be able to close at 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays at 4 a.m.
So the idea is to close on Fridays and Saturdays until 4 a.m. and then Sundays and Thursdays from until 2 a.m. Is that correct?
Correct.
Let me review this application. And again, this is within the private 33rd precinct. They did submit a copy of the public sign. The questionnaire is completely filled. The last time that this applicant came on board, it was rejected because there were some issues and the applicant failed to show up to ask some questions, and that happened actually November 2021. But I know that they came recently and they withdrew the application because there was some concerns that was raised by the precinct, and I know that previously even by residents. So again, the ask here is to expand the hours of operations until 2 a.m. Sundays and Thursdays and Sundays, and then until
Thursday to Sunday.
On Fridays and Saturdays.
All right.
So Miguel, let me just review this. Until 2 a.m. is from Thursday through Sunday, right? I'm sorry.
Yes, Sunday to Thursday.
Sunday to Thursday. I apologize.
Correct.
And Thursday and Saturday until 4 a.m. This is for the private 33rd precinct. Sergeant Rodriguez, what's the opinion of 34th precinct?
All right, right now, by running the location, there is no 311s, no 911s. Right now, nothing's to report.
Miguel, this applicant has a B on the last time that they were inspected at the health department, and they were like 45 points on violations. Can you tell us what went on here?
I'm not exactly 100% sure. Last time I spoke to the applicant, when I submitted this application, he told me that they got inspected by the health department. And at that time, there was nobody with a food protection certificate. They was actually just opening up in the morning, and the supervisor had not gotten there at the moment. And on top of that, they find some situation with extermination and things like that. So he told me that these matters have been resolved and they're expecting another inspection to get a better grade.
So you said that there was some issues with what?
Exterminated, like insects issues.
Okay, exterminated. And you said that at the time there was no one present with a food certificate, right?
Yeah, the person in charge in the kitchen had not gotten there at the moment.
All right. Any questions from committee members? If not, let's go to a straight vote.
Dímelo. Dime.
I'm going to vote yes. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Maria, how do you vote?
Yes.
Leo, how do you vote?
Yes.
Cindy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Joel, how do you vote?
Yes.
Simari, how do you vote?
Yes.
So by a vote of 7-0-0, this application passes. Angel is not here. And I put Angel not voting or not present. So this application passes, Miguel.
Thank you very much.
Just a word of caution.
Yes.
This applicant is asking to expand the hours on the weekends. I passed by a couple of times, and the noise level inside, it's a little bit high. And I'm surprised that there are now any residents to have an opinion on this matter. But if they do come back, we'll have to listen to them and
Yes,
perhaps make some adjustment. I know that
no, that's completely understood.
they have been trying to get this for a long time. I think that this committee was flexible because I believe that we understand that we need to support our small businesses, but at the same time, we also need to protect our residents.
I will definitely discuss that. I know it was brought to our attention last time that they had a speaker outside and all that. All these matters have been resolved. That you've heard 33rd Precinct. I see that the client is making 100% effort in trying to resolve any issues with noise and things like that. I'll let them know to continue to do the same.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miguel.
You have a great night, guys.
Thank you. And at this point, let's proceed to agenda item number 15. And I see that Elia is not back. Should I call her committee members to see if she's coming back? Or what's your opinion?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I think it's fine to call, give her a call.
Yeah, I would. She was here earlier, so.
I'm calling right now. Well, she's not picking up. It's not like Aurelia. She's always stay until everything is finished. So let's proceed to agenda item number 15, and we'll give her an opportunity to see if she's back. This is a new liquor license located on 3775 10th Avenue under the name of Bitcoin Steakhouse, doing business as Bitcoin. Do we have a representative for this establishment?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
For the purpose of the minutes, please tell us your name.
Yes, sir. I'm Argelio Rodriguez. I'm the attorney for this applicant. This is Bitcoin New York Steakhouse, doing business as Bitcoin New York. And I'm here with Radesi. Radesi, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Radesi Enriquez, and I'm the owner of Bitcoin Steak.
Thank you so much, Radices. And Rodriguez, what's your first name again?
Argelio.
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 And Radices, you are the owner, correct?
That's correct.
So as I review this application, they did post a picture of the public sign. They did submit a question of the floor plan, and they also submitted a copy of the menu and a complete questionnaire. Based on the floor plan and the questionnaire, and I review it to inform the office of 34 Precinct that they have an understanding. The capacity there is will be 74. They will have 14 chairs, 20 tables. I'm sorry, 40 tables. Wait a minute, I'm getting all this confused. 14 bar stools, it's 14. 20 tables and 40 chairs. Again, the capacity is 74. The hours of operation that are requesting is on a daily basis, practically from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. and on Sundays 12 noon until 2 a.m. They are asking for no jukebox, they're asking for DJ, recorded music, no karaoke, live music. They have installed a soundproof, and they would have security personnel. So Officer Aim, this is the Prairie 34 Precinct, again, the ask here is to stay open to 2 a.m. and actually I gotta retake that. So Fridays and Saturdays until 4 a.m. The rest of the days until 2 a.m. And I have to ask some questions before I go to the precinct. That's Aurelia calling. Aurelia? You left the meeting, so come back to the meeting so we can entertain your request. Okay. All right. Okay. So, Raidices, you are the owner, right?
Yes.
What's your experience in the restaurant industry?
I have 6 years experience.
Where have you worked?
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes. Where have you worked?
I have worked in Rubio Cafe and Cocina Taller. So Rubio Cafe, I worked for 2 years and Cocina Taller for 4.
Rubio what?
Rubio Cafe, that's in Queens.
Okay, because just didn't sound familiar. So you are the owner, correct? What are you bringing to this community?
Well, I'm bringing new local jobs to the community, which will help people from the community to work near the community. I'm also bringing a totally new subject, which is a steakhouse that in the Inwood community, we do not have a steakhouse. The only bring primary steak food, steak meat.
Okay, can you elaborate a little bit more as to why? So there are practically no huge steakhouse in the community with a very few exceptions. Why would this be different?
If I can, okay. Go ahead, Adaisi, if you want.
Please, any one of you.
Okay, good. I wanted the opportunity to speak to a little bit. So I just wanted to say that part of the concept here is to bring Bitcoin and cryptocurrency awareness, acceptance, and education to Inwood and Washington Heights. And so there will be Bitcoin-inspired decor and ambiance, and the establishment expects to accept Bitcoin for transactions. So the idea is just to bring more awareness, to be more of a center, to bring it to light in Northern Manhattan.
So Argelio, this community mostly is a cash-driven community. I know that Bitcoin is something that is up and coming. For those applicants, those patrons that don't have access to Bitcoin, would they be rejected? Would they get less of a service? Please explain.
Absolutely. No, the majority of patrons will no doubt, pay in traditional methods. The idea is just to make it available, since the idea is to introduce it to the community as a possible currency. The Bitcoin has taken off in many other parts of the world. And so, it's about time it gets introduced, to our community.
Very well. Simari, since you'll be practically supervising this place, are you going to have someone, a manager that would have a proper alcohol handling experience and also training?
Yes, we are going to hire a manager with vast experience in the alcohol and food industry. So I'm looking for a manager with 8 years and plus.
Okay, very well. I'm going to ask for some tips, including some no double parking signs, but before I do that, and the committee, I'm going to ask for the input of 34th Precinct. Officer Aim, what's the opinion of 34th Precinct?
I just have a couple questions. How far away is this from Luxor? Is it like in the same building area or?
So Luxor is on the corner.
Where are you guys?
In the middle of that block, if you can picture it.
Okay, in front of the parking garage?
I don't, Daisy, maybe you would know better than me. I don't think so.
It would be next to the VIP car luxury.
Exactly. So currently there's a big sign there for, it's like a luxury car sales office.
If I'm not
Oh,
mistaken,
okay.
you also be on top of the parking garage that is underneath, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Go ahead, officer.
And the second question I have is, how many security guards are you guys gonna have?
At the moment, we do not have security guard, but if it needs to, if we have to have a security guard company, we will definitely going to hire one, because my mission is mainly to open as a restaurant. So my focus is just a restaurant.
Okay. So you guys will not be hiring for promoters?
No.
No, no.
No promoters. Okay. Okay, that's all the questions I have. Obviously, no 311 or 911 at that location because it's not, up and running yet. So that's pretty much all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Officer Haim. So I do know this area like really well. And I know it's not your fault, but there have been an overwhelming number of double parking in the area, particularly on 10th Avenue. And I know, again, I know it's not your fault, but I know that some establishment that is a little bit north of your establishment does have a double parking issue. But before I proceed, I'd like to recognize Leo. Leo, you have the floor.
Thank you, Isidro. So I just want to advocate on behalf of the owner, Ladacy. I worked with Ladacy a few years back, maybe 8 to 10 years back at T-Mobile. I was her manager at one point, and she was one of my best employees. She's very responsible, very attentive to customers. So I know she will provide her customers great customer service, and she will run a very good business. I think as a community, seeing people that you've kind of grown with, it's good to have them at this platform and kind of move on to the next point of their life and see what they can do with what we're giving them. So I'm going to advocate because I know that she would be a good patron in this community. Those are my 2 cents.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear, Leo. And that'll be noted on the record as well. Joel, you have the floor.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Leo said, I also worked with Ladacy. She is diligent, responsible, always, she was a manager of mine when I worked at T-Mobile. So she is great at what she does. She's always been inspired by our community, has always given a lot to our community. I think she would be a great asset in our community. So just want to advocate on behalf of Bitcoin.
Well, thank you so much, Joel. That's good to hear as well. Maria, you have the floor.
Thank you, Isidro. I'm sorry, I'm still on the meeting from my phone, so trying to pull up the document. Just a couple of questions, I guess. Firstly, just a point. Good to hear kind of these positive things about the owner. That's obviously very reassuring, and that's those are definitely the kinds of people that we want in our neighborhood in terms of business owners and so on. So moving on then to my questions. The first is, so I know I find it, I like the idea of the restaurant, the fact that you're also going to kind of, accept Bitcoin as a form of currency or form of payment. And I wonder if in that, to Isidro's earlier point of, just recognizing that it's not necessarily a thing that a lot of people in our neighborhood are familiar with or know about. Is there kind of any plans or thoughts in terms of offering educational services on that? It's a bit of a stretch, but just wondering, since you are kind of offering that as a form of payment, if there kind of be any, workshops or things maybe for the community who want to learn more about Bitcoin. That's my first bit. And then my second question is, and again, I'm just trying to pull up the questionnaire, but has the establishment been properly soundproofed? And then alongside that, my question is regarding the hours. Because this is a new establishment and because it's, in a very busy area of our neighborhood, I'm a little concerned with like immediately starting out with a 4 a.m. kind of closing on the weekends. And I wonder if the business owner would be more amenable to maybe 2, especially if they're going for a kind of, just a restaurant vibe and not, a club or anything, which is, kind of what I understand. And then kind of prove yourself to be a good neighbor. And then when you come back for reapplication, then, the committee can consider extending those hours. Thanks.
Okay, I'll start off with some answers to the questions, and then Radesi, you can feel free to add anything further afterwards. So basically, with respect to the first question, we definitely will have seminars at the business. And so we already, spoke about that. We do intend to have some speakers, and we do intend to make the establishment kind of a magnet for conversations about these concepts such as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. There will be an educational component there. And so that goes to that question. In response to the hours question, I guess I'll say a few things. So as you all know, we're seeing the highest levels of inflation, of rising food costs, labor costs, rent, utilities, and the restaurant basically needs as many sources of revenue as possible. Restaurants in general are still suffering from the pandemic, and they have tremendously high overhead and expenses and rent. And so, we're basically asking for, for weekends to close at 4 a.m. so that we can get all sources of revenue, mainly because the food attracts people, but it's not the primary source of revenue if you look at it on an economic basis.
And in order to maintain labor force, we do need a little push from the bar. Like I said before, my main goal is is a steakhouse.
Okay, now this is a discussion within our committee members then. So there's a question by Maria to see if the hours can be reduced for Fridays and Saturdays until 2 a.m. and not 4 a.m.
If I may, Isidro, I can understand where Marielle's coming from, but the area is not a huge residential area. If you know, as you know, there's about 5 or 6 spots over there that are open to that time. I just think that we'll give the service to the business. If we allow them to close earlier, they'll lose that business. If she's running a restaurant and you have these club goers or party goers leaving this restaurant, they leaving the bars or restaurants, bars, clubs out there, they'll go to the restaurant to eat. So I think after 2 on a Friday or Saturday is not a tough ask. If it was other days on the weekday, I would understand the argument, but on Friday, Saturday, I think it's actually pretty decent.
Okay, so let's consider then Mariel's. Joel, do you have a comment?
Yeah, I also want to say that I think we should give them the opportunity. Obviously, if things don't plan out the way when they come back for renewal, then we can adjust then. But I think given the economic situation and seeing that they're under new ownership, I think I would allow them to do this in the weekend and prove to them, that we're flexible. But if there's complaints and things like that, then when they come back, we could bump it down.
Okay, Mariel.
Thanks, and thanks. I forgot the representative's name. Not
Arhelio.
Arhelio. Sorry,
I missed one question of yours. I'm sorry. There was a middle question about sound. I just wanted to briefly comment.
Yes.
There is soundproofing, and as we indicated in the questionnaire to the community board, there will be the sound limiter.
Okay, wonderful. That's good news. I'm really happy to hear about the intent to have workshops. I might show up there myself to understand it just a little bit more. In regards to the hours, it's again not necessarily anything against the business or the owner. It's just kind of this, or at least from my perspective, the standard practice that we've had with new applications as it relates to weekend hours, where we've kind of said, well, and so in many cases they've asked, 4 a.m. We said, well, actually you're a new business, you're requesting a new license. Let's give you 2 a.m. Have you prove yourselves, do a great job, continue to be wonderful, great neighbor. and then, we can extend in the future. So I'm viewing it from that perspective of that kind of, continuity in the way we review all new applications. But I also understand your point, Leo, and that's a point very well made, kind of thinking about the other businesses in the area and that potential establishment. So I'm flexible, but it was just, that's where my point is coming from.
All right, so you are no longer entertaining then of 2 o'clock, Maria?
If we could do 3, but I'm flexible. It's not a make or break for me, so I'm fine. Thank you.
All right.
Three is good. I agree with you there, Maria. 3 is good.
Leo? So
Are we waiting for him? I mean, I have to insist that we have 4 a.m. Everyone is suffering right now, basically, restaurants in general. And this is the kind of place that really needs every bit of any ounce it can get, and including the bar revenue from that time. I'm sure everyone is aware that everyone's hurting financially, economically. Food prices are up across the board. And so we really need every single inch here, guys.
All right. So I'm sure some committee members can also bring some tips, but I'm going to ask the following. One, that you post a good neighbor sign. Leo, Joel, and Mariela, these like all hands or new ones?
Just to point that it looks like Marshall has his hand up in the attendee. I'm not sure if it's related to this application or a previous one.
I only see, I don't see.
Unless Marshall has left. No, he's there.
Yeah, he's there now. So before we go to a vote, let's hear from the residents. Mr. Vanderpool, you have the floor for 2 minutes. So.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, my name is Marshall Vanderpool. I'm the first vice president of the Dyckman Resident Association. I'm also a public member of the community of the Housing and Human Services Committee for the Community Board. Now, this area, 10th Avenue and East, is notorious for all the different problems that these clubs have brought my residents. And I stand in opposition of any new licenses. I can't encourage them and I don't support them. I mean, if you look at our buildings, we've got all the scaffolding up, creating dead spots, as far as blind spots. I mean, all the parking, as the CDO brought up in the beginning, people coming and trespassing on our grounds and defecating, going into our buildings. The police won't do vertical patrols. No, I insist that all this hope that you want to give people a chance, you have a chance to make a business model in a more desirable area. And I would ask that this license be rejected. And I'm going to land my plane right here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vanderpool. Leo, is that like an all hand? Leo.
Sorry, Isidro, I had a call coming earlier.
Very well. So I'm going to ask for the following stipulations. One, for a good neighbor sign to be properly displayed at the establishment. And Argelio, you can get that sign from the community board staff. 2, that you post a phone number on the windows in case the residents, like Mr. Vanderpool or anybody else, if they have like any noise problems, that they can connect with someone on board and rectify the problem right then and then. The phone number of someone, the manager in charge. I also like to request 2 no double parking sign. So 2 signs of no double parking that can be laid out on the sidewalk of a height of 3 feet high and 2 feet wide. to discourage members from double parkings or clients from double parking. This is not going to be a stipulation. I'm going to highly recommend that you announce for your clients not to double park in the area. It's not a stipulation, but it will go a long way if you ask your clients not to double park. And fourth, to submit proof of a sound limiter, and that receipt be sent to the community board no later than May 20th, which is Friday, by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So a purchase of a sound limiter and that receipt or a copy of it should be sent to the community board no later than Friday, May 20th at 5 p.m. So based on those 4 steps, I recommend that we go to a vote, and I'm going to vote yes. Robin, Cindy, I'll come back to you.
Sorry, that's a yes for me.
Cindy votes yes. Joel,
Yes.
Leo,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Maria,
Yes.
Simari.
Yes.
Very well. So by a vote of 7-0-0, this application passes with 4 steps in place. So Radices, we hope that you do well. Please be aware that you do have residents right in front of you at the Dyckman houses. If there are issues, please work with them. And Argelio, please note to send us a copy of that purchase of a sound limiter.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Like I
everyone.
said,
Congrats.
Congratulations. We hope that you do well.
Thank you.
So this application
No,
passes.
Papa, no.
Now we go back to number 13, which Aurelia came back. And Aurelia, this is to change the method of operation for Grito. What is the ask for the change to the method of operation?
We're asking for 2 a.m. closing, DJ karaoke, and DJ karaoke and live music. Currently, she's recorded and live, I think. So we're just asking to add DJ and karaoke. She doesn't necessarily use it, but you know, sometimes they ask for it for parties or for dinners or for special events, and she wants to be able to have the option. And she's not violated. She's had that license, I think, for like 6 or 7 years now. Not had a violation, not had a disciplinary with the SLA, no complaints from the community. She's a true partner, always available. Her and her husband are, if it's not her, it's her husband on site. And it's not been, Grito Grill has not been a place of controversy or issues at all.
Okay. So the ask is to close on a daily basis at 2 a.m. and to add DJ, karaoke, and live music, correct?
Yes.
This is with a private 34 precinct. Officer Aim, what's the opinion of 34 precinct?
Yeah, as I've mentioned before, at that location, we have no 311 noise complaints. I don't think we ever had no 911 jobs at that location. We've never had an issue, so no objection.
Thank you so much, Officer.
Thank you, officer.
So, Aurelia, this place, do they know if, yes, it stated here that they have properly soundproofed the establishment? Do you know if they have a sound limiter installed?
They do.
Huh?
They do.
All right. So I'm going to ask for 2 steps, a good neighbor sign and a phone number to be properly displayed outside the establishment in case there are problems, like the issue can be rectified right then and then. I see no resident input, but I'm open for committee input now. Committee members. Seeing none, I'm going to go to straight vote if there are no oppositions. I vote yes. Mariel,
Yes.
Leo. I'll come back to Leo. Robin,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Joel,
Yes.
and let me go back now to Leo. Leo. So Leo seems to have left us. So that is a vote of 500.
Hey, Isidro, I'm here. I'll vote yes as well.
Oh, Simaria, apologies.
No worries.
So by vote 600, this application passes. Congratulations once again, Aurelia.
Silvia.
So this application passes. Again, 2 steps, Conejo sign and phone number. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening.
Have a good night. So the last agenda item, which is agenda item 16, has been withdrawn. And if there are no oppositions, I think we did great. Simari, thanks again for writing the minutes. Somebody else will do it next month. And
No
if there are
problem.
no oppositions, I would like to call this meeting to order, to suspend the meeting.
Second.
I second.
This meeting has been suspended. Thank you so much, committee members. Take care of yourself. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Enjoy
everyone.
Thanksgiving.